All right, today's video is a quick demo on how to make butterflied prawns or shrimp. Now I've got two here, and what I'm gonna do, and they're prawns actually, and what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cut one the regular way and clean them and whatnot, and one the butterflied way so you can see the difference. So let's get started. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the head off and give it a quick rinse as I would. And the next thing I'm gonna do is get rid of the shells that are sitting on the outside. Butterfly prawns are favorite in Asian restaurants. They typically will come out looking quite pretty because they've been cut a certain way. I'll show you with the next prawn how to do that. Of course, you can do them with shrimp as well. The next thing I'll do here, now that I've pulled the shells off, is actually just slit it down the middle as you would so you can get to the intestine that's sitting in the middle that I can pull out. Now, the reason we pull that out is, you know, and if you don't, it's really because they actually have quite a grainy taste and texture that really gets in the way of prawns when you are eating some succulent prawns. So as you can see, I've got most of them out, but I need to go all the way down to the tail. So I'm just gonna make sure I've got enough room for it to come out properly. And I'm gonna go ahead and just tug on him a little bit to make sure that I get all of it out. There we go. And so that all goes to the side. We don't need him. And that's your regular prawn done that way. Now I'm going to switch it up and show you how to do a new prawn. And so this time we're going to do it butterflied. So again, off with the head and a quick rinse. Again with the shells. All the way down to the last leg. We want to make sure we get all of that off, but keep the tail on. And once again, we're going to go in with a knife and slit it through as we did before, just deep enough to be able to pull out, there we go, that intestine. And so I'm just going to make sure that I don't break him, because that always becomes a little bit tricky to deal with. So there we go, we've got him. And we're coming out at the beginning, so we're going to get that part out. And then we're going to continue all the way down. There we go. All the way through. And there we have him. So he's out. And so what that now leaves us with is the opportunity to actually make it a butterfly prawn. And the real simple trick of it is that we need to kind of cut all the way down, as you can see, almost all the way through, and that's going to result in him kind of splitting almost all the way through in the middle. So the deeper you go, the larger it'll butterfly out, but you don't want it to be all the way through. So we're talking about 2/3 of the way down the flesh. And we're going to see a significant difference between this prawn and the one that we are going to fry up, which we did originally. So here we go, both of them together. This guy's cut open a little bit, and this guy's cut open all the way through. So this one's going to be the butterfly prawn. I'm going to show you in a pan with some hot oil what that looks like. Getting that fire going now on a high heat, with a little bit of oil, just enough so that we can fry the prawns. That sesame oil that I've got going in. Just gonna let that come to a heat, and then we're gonna put our prawns or shrimp in. Prawns or shrimp don't take very long to cook. In fact, if you cook them for too long, they actually go from being succulent to being rubbery. So we're going to go ahead and put our prawns in, and I will let you tell me which ones, or rather you can guess which one's actually going to be butterfly versus the regular. So about 60 seconds on one side and the other, and it should reveal itself to us. Really cute because you can see their tails slowly start to curve up. as it's getting cooked, because that's what happens to the muscles of the fibers in the flesh. I just love the science of it. That's almost at the 60-second mark. Perhaps I'm a little bit impatient. I'm just going to go ahead and put those around now. Dropping that heat down just a smidge. You don't want it to overcook. Get it around one more time. You'll very quickly see that the butterfly prawn opens up like a flower, and we want to just let that cook on the inside as well. Whereas the regular prawn butterflies a little bit because we cut him open, but it's not as pronounced. All right, these prawns are done. So let me plate them up. All right, we've got our 2 prawns. Now, as you can see, this is the regular one, and we did cut him open up a little bit to get the intestines out, but for the larger part, he's kind of stuck together, and he's just your regularly cooked prawn, whereas the butterflied one has completely opened up, as you can see here, and he is looking really pretty. So I'm going to put them side by side just so you can take a look. The butterflied ones opened up a lot more. And of course, you can absolutely go as deep as you like, as long as you don't slit it all the way to the other side if you want it to be more pronounced. But there you have it, guys. Butterfly prawns versus regular prawns or shrimp for you to add to your stir fries or curries. And stay tuned for more culinary content as always, and take care for now.